Hi, friends. All right, we're going to take some notes over photosynthesis. I love photosynthesis. It is so neat. It's really amazing. I think it's as close as we get to magic. Um, yeah, and it all just happens. Plants just do it on their own. They know how to do this. So you're going to need this paper. Oops. I'm sorry. I thought that would bring it out. I guess I could do this. Okay, so you're going to need this paper and this paper. I am going to be telling you in this video to color stuff, but please do me a favor. If you are done with this whole lesson, I think this is 2, then you can color this in. But if not, let's just get the meat done first, okay? And then you can always go back and color it. I love coloring almost as much as I love photosynthesis. So, okay. Whoops. Okay, folks. Photosynthesis. Seriously, it is kind of magical. Okay, you don't need these colored pencils, but you will, if you want to color it later, you can have them. But don't go get them right now. Okay, so first of all, photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that happens, okay? We are converting light energy, which is this up here, to chemical energy, which these are sugar cubes, and that's glucose. You know, sorry. So that's glucose. So in a chemical reaction, now you're going to be looking at your paper that has reactants on one side and then products on the other. The reactants, aka ingredients or input, this is what goes in. Okay, this stuff goes into the chloroplast. Okay, so the reactants are sunlight. And why don't we write radiant energy? Okay, CO2 is carbon dioxide. And then H2O, that's water, of course. Whoops. I just want to show you guys what I'm doing here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just writing this stuff right here. I know that this is kind of hard to see, but just do your best. Okay. All right. And then we have the products they're what you make or the output. Okay. So the output is C6H12O6, also known as glucose. Also known as what animals need to survive, and oxygen. Also known as the other thing that animals need to survive. Okay, so this is what comes in and this is what comes out. So this is in photosynthesis, okay? But we're also going to talk about respiration. Plants do both, all right? They do cellular respiration just like we do, but they also do photosynthesis. So photosynthesis and cellular respiration are opposite. reactions. Okay. Oops. Where is my mouse? Okay. Then we're going to just kind of move over to here. Okay. What does photo mean? It means light. And what does synthesis mean? To make. So plants bring together food molecules using energy from the sun. Okay, so here we have sunlight coming into the leaf. Okay, the chloroplasts or the leaves trap solar radiant energy from the sun. Why don't we say chloroplasts trap energy? Chloroplasts trap solar energy from the sun. Okay, then roots absorb water. Remember we were just talking about that? So we got water here. You can see it says H2O. H2O. They absorb water, and stomata in the leaves, they let in, this says absorb, but they're really just like opening up. Remember how it's like a mouth? They open it up and they absorb carbon dioxide. That is right up here, CO2. All right. Okay, so stomata, you guys already know what stomata are. They are underneath the leaf, under the waxy epidermis. A stoma is an opening that's like a doorway for gases. Okay, so stomata are located under the waxy cuticle. Right? The cuticle is what's waxy, not the epidermis. I have a typo there. And a stoma, it is a small opening like a doorway or a window for gases. Gases travel through them, such as oops. Okay, so let's think about what goes in. So what needs to go in? What are our inputs over here? Okay, sunlight comes in. It doesn't have to go through the stomata though. Okay, but carbon dioxide needs to come in. Carbon dioxide. Okay. It also lets out oxygen. So why don't we write carbon dioxide in and oxygen out? And even water vapor. Okay, and we're specifically talking about water vapor here because only gases go through the stomata. So it has to be like vaporized. It has to be like steam. Okay. Okay, let's draw a stoma. So I like to draw the guard cells. Okay, here's my stoma. Then what comes in? Carbon dioxide comes in, right? We said that they need that for photosynthesis. then what comes out? They're making oxygen, and believe it or not, that's a waste product for them. Can you believe that? And also, water comes out. Okay, remember how I said that this was that animals also, or I'm sorry, plants also do photosynthesis. Or I'm sorry, guys, geez. Plants perform photosynthesis and I'm sorry about that, y'all. And cellular respiration. Okay, so well, yes, normally the carbon dioxide is going out. It's also making some when it does the cellular respiration. Okay, so I think all of these things can really go in and out, except for the water. I think this is just a way for plants to get rid of water. I don't think that they get water through their stomata. They get water from their roots and their xylem. Okay. Okay. These are some more pictures of stomata. You can tell that I'm fascinated by them. So this purple up here is probably like the waxy cuticle. These big ones right here are the epidermis. And then you can see right here. Whoops. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? You can see that there is a little hole there. Okay, so the guard cells are on the outside and the hole is in the middle. Okay, so the chloroplast reorganizes these elements to make glucose. Do I have this anywhere on here? I don't think so. Chloroplast reorganizes the elements that it has from water and carbon dioxide, and it rearranges them, and it makes oxygen, which is released as a waste product for plants. And they're also making glucose. That's the whole point of this, right? So we have photosynthesis here. And turn over to where we have reactants and products again, because we're going to start looking at these guys. Okay. And we have cellular respiration. So notice in this picture here, what do we have coming into the plant? We have light energy and carbon dioxide. Okay. So over here, we're going to have light and carbon dioxide. Okay, what else needs to come in? Water needs to come in. It doesn't come in through the leaf, remember? It comes in through the roots and it goes up the xylem. Okay, but it still comes in. It's still an input or a reactant. Okay, this is our chloroplast. See how it has these little stacks inside? Those are called dicoloids. And then what are we making here? The big thing is sugar. And what sugar is that? Glucose. Okay, that's the main point of this. Also, as a waste product, they give off oxygen. Okay. All right, now let's look at what happens in the mitochondria. Okay, let's label this. Should we label this one up here too? Chloroplast. Okay. So what do we have coming into the mitochondria? This is for cellular respiration. So what do we need to do? We need to eat food or glucose. So we bring in glucose. And over here, I'm going to write glucose again, but I'm going to use its chemical formula, which is C6H12O6. And yes, you do need to know that. We also have to breathe in oxygen, okay, that we get from the plants. All right, then some magic happens in here. This is where the chemical reaction takes place. And the whole point of this is that we are making ATP, which is energy that our cells can use. Okay, we're also making water, and we let that off as a waste product. And then what are we exhaling? We exhale carbon dioxide. Okay, so what I really want you to see here is that the inputs here, carbon dioxide, energy, and water, energy, and carbon dioxide, those are the outputs over here, carbon dioxide, water, and energy. The outputs over here, sugar and glucose, are the inputs over here. Y'all, I'm going to lose my job. Sugar and oxygen are the same as over here, glucose and oxygen, okay? And I'm going to blow this up here just because I want you guys to make sure you see it. Look at this. So we have light energy, carbon dioxide, and water. They make oxygen and sugar. Then animals, and actually I think most everything besides bacteria has mitochondria. They take oxygen and glucose. They bring it into, to the mitochondria, and they make ATP, which is chemical energy. And they also release carbon dioxide and water, which the chloroplast then uses to make oxygen and glucose. Okay, you guys see how this works? It's pretty cool. Here's another one. So we take light energy, carbon dioxide, and water. They go into the chloroplast here. Photosynthesis happens, and then glucose comes out and oxygen comes out. Okay? I'm sorry, they go into the mitochondria. Here's our mitochondria. Then the mitochondria does some magic, and the whole point of it is to make chemical energy in a molecule called ATP. And it also releases water and carbon dioxide as waste products. Okay? So we're changing this light energy into chemical energy. Okay? This is really, really important. This is kind of one of the cornerstones of biology. All right? Okay. Also, I want to show you guys that right here. Let's look at this again. Okay, so we have chloroplast, trap energy from the sun. We have the input. Then we have this big equals here. Okay, and then out comes glucose. You see here where it says C6H12O6. Okay, so chloroplasts organize the elements, okay, all of these elements that were here, H2O, CO2, it reorganizes them, and then it makes glucose, which is C6H12O6. Okay, that's the whole point of this. And then some waste products, leftover oxygen, is released as waste. Okay, we can also look at it like this. Okay, see, we have carbon dioxide and water, right? We have all of the ingredients for this: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. it just rearranges them, and then it spits out glucose and oxygen. Okay. Okay, now you have a couple things that you need to do. You are going to do this Nova photosynthesis online lesson. There is a link for it in the folder, and you got this handout. So you are going to go through this bottom part. Please don't worry about it. We are not getting into light and dark reactions or how the electron transport chain works. I barely understand that, to be perfectly honest. I think most people barely understand that, but some people like to pretend that they really understand it. So you're just going to do this, and then you are going to do, where is that? You're going to do this card sort that I made. Let's see. It is a click and drag, not a card sort. Okay, so all you're going to do here, you can use your notes on this, it's fine, but you're going to move these to wherever they go. Okay. Then you can check your answers and then move on to the next thing. Thank you. You're doing a great job.